Hitman here. We are going to do an incredible video breakdown here. So we're going to watch it, pause at some points, kind of talk about it, and kind of give you my reactions towards it. I thought it was phenomenal. Put that out. I'm beyond excited for Starfield. I think that it's going to be one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. And that's saying a lot because, Fallout 76 wasn't so great. And, I'm willing to give them one that's not so great. A lot of people hate on Bethesda, but at the end of the day, people hate on it, they still love it. It's just one of the best companies to make games. Just like Rockstar, phenomenal games. But watch it, I'll pause it at some point. 3, 2, 1. Showcases was awesome too, but specifically this 15 minutes was just it was just incredible.
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today. We're so grateful you're spending the time, and we know you've waited a long time to finally see Starfield. It's easily our most...
Before we really get into it, so we obviously have been waiting for this game for how long now? Some of us 6, 5, 4, some of us 8 years. Just the fact that the amount of stuff that they are putting in this game, the amount of exploration they're allowing you to do is just mind-blowing for a Bethesda title. I mean, Skyrim's big, right? Pretty large map, but you're talking 1,000 Skyrim-sized maps. It seems like, anyway. I mean, bigger than Skyrim-sized maps, but, procedural generation, which we'll talk about in a little while, but it probably accounts for most of that, so we'll see how much randomization there is, but let's get into it.
Most ambitious game ever. Like our previous games, it's an epic role-playing game where you get to be who you want and go where you want. But this time, you'll be exploring space. So let's jump right in. This is early in the game as you arrive on the mysterious moon of Crete.
So right away you see, I mean, a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's so gray and dreary. I mean, yeah, it's a moon with no real vegetation on it. I mean, you'll see in a minute one of the plants is called like dust plant or something like that. There's like no vegetation, so of course it's dark, dreary, and gray. I hope that there's a ton of planets like that because it's more realistic. You're not going to find 1,000 lush planets like that. This right here looks like an animation. If this is gameplay right here, it looks like it's a cut screen almost for when you land, which, that's kind of a debate right now. Can we land with no loading screens, or is it going to be you click a spot, you land, and it's this cut screen? And then if it is, can I walk such distance away from my ship and then have to turn around? Or, that mountain over here in this background right here. Can I land my ship here, walk all the way over to it and beyond, and then just have a waypoint for where my starship is? We're going to have to see. Right away, the particles here, the particle physics here, a little bit to be desired, but again, the scope of this game, and if they delayed it, potentially until June, that's another year of dev time. And this is like these particle effects. That is a finishing touch that they might want to be putting on the game, fixing things like that. And there's a lot of stuff. I mean, they're going to watch people's breakdown videos and they're going to see a lot of issues that happened. And I honestly think that every single one of them will be fixed. Such an incredible thing. Just this step out one. I mean, you've got so like right here, this looks like an objective waypoint almost, because it does move as you're walking. You got your CO2, your O2, obviously your oxygen and stuff like that. looks like these are gravitational, or almost like land. Not really sure, like geographic lines maybe. I'm not sure, but I really like the clean look of the hood. I mean, it's phenomenal. Really, just two little things on the hood. The rest is just experiencing gameplay and the beautiful scenes. I can't wait for that.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
See, dust root. So obviously there's not going to be a bunch of trees and grass everywhere. It's literally called dust root. But I mean, here you see we have flora, fauna. You can scan it. Doesn't look like he scans it though. It looks like he's just got his, not really sure what you would call this, the analysis visor, just like in No Man's Sky. Sorry, just like in No Man's Sky, the analysis visor pops up. You have flora, 0 of 2. Fauna, there's none, but we see fauna. We see a bunch of fauna. So a little weird that this is 0 of 0. Resources, this is already found 5 of 8. You know, iron, things like that, which we see in a couple minutes. But surveying 66, so we've seen two-thirds of this planet already. But again, he hasn't scanned these, so it's kind of strange. I'm assuming that's more of a gameplay, just a demo, like here you go kind of thing. But I mean, you can see, you can scan it. I'm assuming it'll tell you the properties of this. A guide, I'm assuming, don't quote me, but I think that's going to show you a route to take to get to, this is the waypoint down here on the left, showing you where exactly it is. And that's obviously in the research center, which we get into in a minute here. Or actually, it looks like he does scan it.
Facility is in this direction.
It looks like right here he does scan it. 13% scanned flora. But then it says 0 of 2 still. Interesting. This must just be because of a gameplay thing, but 13% scanned. Strange. But then you see data at 50%. So I think that mechanic is not complete yet. But right here, this is fauna. These are creatures on the planet. More fun. Look at the detail though. Look at the scratches on the suit here and the helmet. The animation of pulling up the gun. You can see even on the back right here. And I'm assuming this is for first person purposes, but you can see the ammo count right on the back of the gun here. The animations are just so much better than Fallout. I mean, this is like a next generational leap that it's truly going to be great. Now the behavior of this fauna here, are they all going to have different behaviors, or the ones that attack you just going to attack you? Because I'm wondering if he stepped up a little bit, would that attack me? I'm sure it would have. Maybe we'll get some that no matter what they attack you. So again, iron, right? One of the resources. Still we're at 5 of 8. Interesting, right? But I noticed that when you pull this analysis visor up as well, you get your O2, your gravity, and your temperature. So it's 7 degrees Celsius, 1% O2. I'm assuming there's only 1% O2 in the atmosphere, and then 0.55 gravity. So you see here shortly that he jumps, and he jumps high. And then you have the battery indicator here for the cutter. I'm wondering what that means as well. Does it need to recharge? Do you need to recharge it? Is it going to be like No Man's Sky, where you take this iron right here and you can pump it back into it to recharge it, basically? I do like that, though. I mean, I like how it looks when you break it down. It's pretty fascinating. But you're noticing here, the LOD, level of detail here, there's not really a lot of pop-in going on back here. You can see this draw distance is crazy, but there's not a lot of popping in as you're walking. Like in a lot of other games. I mean, it's just static. It's there. You know, it's not, stuff isn't popping in. I understand there's not a whole lot of stuff in the background here, right? It's not like there's trees and everything to pop in, but there are tons of little boulders and rocks And even like back here, you see these little jagged bullets. None of that's popping in. It's already there. So the draw distance is crazy. Again, could just be for the demo, but it's gonna have to be something we're gonna have to look at when it comes out. But you know, the XP popping up right here, a little weird, you know, a little strange. It comes up quite a few times, but let's let it play here for a couple minutes and we'll talk about it.
It would appear that pirates of the Crimson Fleet are using the facility.
I'm a big fan of when you got the analysis visor out and you're looking at something like a point of interest that a companion talks to. I'm assuming that's in your helmet. It's not following you, obviously. Which is a little bit, but just fine. The lighting is phenomenal. The lighting for a Bethesda game, the lighting and the graphics are just
while Rogan sets up on the roof. No one's getting through. Hey!
So the reaction here, right? They heard you. You heard him stiffen up, so he heard you coming in. I'm assuming you don't have a high stealth level here, but I do like that the numbers are right up here. You know, I'm hoping that maybe we can make that go away so it's a little more immersive, but at least there's not numbers popping up over their head. That I'm happy about.
There you are!
And you see little spurts of blood. See it popping up around them, and then over this guy, and then right here on the bottom left. So there is blood, but I think it was turned down specifically for just for this showcase. I would imagine, because no Bethesda game doesn't have blood. I mean, Skyrim, when you hit them, they have blood. You can cut someone's head off in Skyrim. I mean, and Fallout, don't even get me started. So I think that everyone that's freaking out, oh my god, there's no blood in the video, I really truly think that I think it's just for the showcase, but I don't know. I mean, I hope that they fix that. If it's not just for the showcase, I really hope they fix that, because that is immersion breaking. I know it's kind of crazy to say, oh, I want more blood, but in reality, if I just pump that dude full of lead and there's no blood, back spray at all, and I just shot, what did we shoot? Probably 20 rounds at him. You need to see it a little bit. And he's not really reacting to the bullets. So this is the mechanic that most needs work, is just the fighting, you know, the shooting and stuff like that. Pickpocketing confirmed, as you just saw.
We've got company! Opening fire!
Again, he just got lit up. He moved a lot, though. I mean, you could see it right here. As you're shooting him, right? He reacted a lot. You know, I don't know if he got a crit on him and that's why he was reacting that way, but he got goes off right here. I like the ragdoll right there. He went flying. I'm not really sure why he's not moving. Again, no blood spray right here. You see bullets, right? You see the bullet holes, but no blood spray. So that's just a little concerning to me. It looks like there's something we can pick up right here. I don't know if it's going to be like a, you know, almost like a stim pack or whatever this is, but it's glowing. And in my opinion, anything that's glowing is pick upable, you know. But yeah, I mean, the fact that he's only doing hip fire for most of it, there is a skill where you have to, I forget the name of it, we'll see here in a little bit, but there's a skill where you have to kill a lot of people basically with only hip fire. So we're gonna have to see if maybe that's what he was doing. I don't know, but the gunplay is a little bit stiff, but you know what, I'm more into this game for the RPG mechanics and the story and just the exploration. So, and then you see the 5 XP again. This is really cool. I really like the digipicks. You know, I don't really want the physical lockpicks. It doesn't really make sense for the space faring people. But that was really cool. I like that little game. I noticed right back here, they kind of made a point to look at this, right? And later in the trailer, you're going to see something that looks like this in a corridor. So I'm wondering why they specifically looked at that. Like why? First of all, let's back it up here. So you see pirate? level 2. Then you see Brogan, level 6. Is this a mini boss? You know what I mean? Or is this like the leader of these pirates and all the leaders are named? That's going to be interesting. Do you get a bounty for taking out this named pirate? And again,
You're gonna pay for that!
They might just be trying to make it show you everything. Right there where he didn't really react to the character being right behind him. I'm not sure if that's because he saw reinforcements. He was trying to go to them, but I don't know. I mean, that was a little strange. Pretty cool how he blows up the jetpack. The Maelstrom gun that came out of nowhere. He did not have that a little while ago. Again, a cut was made before he got outside, so we don't really know what happened between then and then. I'm assuming he picked this up off one of the pirates, but this is really cool. I mean, jetpack fighting, you don't get any better than that, man. That's Space 101. That's so cool.
After some initial encounters, you're invited to join Constellation, who, in the future the game is set in, are the last group of space explorers. To meet them, you'll head to the capital city of New Atlantis.
I'm super excited. This is another step. And again, you know, maybe it's a cut screen, but you see NPCs, but there's a lot of empty space here. And there's only a few NPCs. The tree's a little jank, but you know what? These are super nitpicks. Truly. I mean, but it's a cut screen, right? They should be a little sharper. And then you see some more NPCs on the background. Here you got more. You're not seeing any that look identical though. In Skyrim, it happened a lot. You know, you had 6 or 7 voices, and that was about it. But some people looked exactly the same, guards and stuff like that. So you're seeing a lot of diversity here. And you know what? The thing that's going to help Starfield over Skyrim as far as NPCs is the armor. There's going to be so many choices for armor that if you just change a little bit, they're not the same, right? So that'll be interesting to see. But this looks like the spaceport almost. Like this is where you come in, kind of like an airport. You have hotel and shopping to the left. You know, the transit station to the front, which makes me think this is a big area. And then security. Maybe you have to go through security first. I don't know. Get a boarding pass. Who knows? But I really like the use of the robots and stuff. See, trees look a little better here, I think. We're just going to have to wait and see. That's going to be a finale. That's going to be a polish ASAP kind of thing, in my opinion. Here, this is what I'm talking about. So, 2 guards, right? Totally different looking, though. You know? Guards in the back. Yes, these 2 look similar, but different armor, it looks like. So, the armor configurations are definitely going to be changing. This looks like actual gameplay, in my opinion, right here. This doesn't look like a cutscreen. It looks like they made it look like one, but it looks like you're following him into, and this is where you use your watch right here on this door to open the door. Right here, this scene, where you're holding the watch up for access. Also, if this watch is not available as a collector's edition item, I'm going to be very sad.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
People are saying that the eyes are a little rough. Like
welcome to
almost like a lazy eye, but
Constellation.
It looks. I think it looks great. The animations just look something
better.
We're
all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all.
I'm really excited
What's
about this.
out there? These artifacts could be everything we've
A space exploration game made by Bethesda. It
As to what
doesn't
they
get
are.
better. This looks like it's early game. Almost like the first couple things you do, honestly. I think that you find this first. Oh. A little mistaken. This is my first time, so give me a little break. Here we go.
Could be everything we've been. You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
That looked like it was early game, like right in the beginning, and then maybe this is. I think maybe this is you, right? And these are the people that were in the mine with you. You found something, right? You had a vision. This is Constellation landing.
You found something?
Coming off the plane, and Constellation's asking you.
The new guy found it.
Right?
You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions?
See, even this thing moves when he talks. I mean, the animations are phenomenal. The scratch, it looks great. You know, we can nitpick it all day. You know, I can nitpick his little eye movements. I can nitpick everything. But for the scope of this game, I'm willing to allow little things to go by. But anyway, so I think that
the artifact you found.
I think you find the artifact here, basically. It gives you a vision. Constellation comes down and asks you about it.
It appears to be one of many, scattered across the galaxy. If we can find more, we can unlock their secrets.
Beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this
that might be part of the
told me
artifact.
that it spoke to him.
Of course, the settled systems is full of groups with other priorities.
Right here, where the Crimson Fleet attacks, I think that this happens when you're talking to the guy that got out of the ship from Constellation.
Everybody get ready!
The fleet doesn't follow the rules. Agree to work for UCC Step. Together, we take down these cutthroat pirates.
We're not
And then
just
maybe that's where the game, like, maybe that's where the prologue ends, and then you go to Constellation and you
shoot
just
the
figure
bad
out
guys. We're
where that
peacekeepers.
artifact-
We protect the people of the
That's right.
Three-Star Collective. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, no one quits.
little
The only
interesting.
way out
You're killing a lot of Crimson Fleet
is
guys,
death.
but you can still join.
The path ahead may be dangerous.
Listen, anti-grav fighting is incredible. And this is the creature that it looked like it was on the whiteboard there. It looks very similar, right? Look at the size of these claws. I mean, this is a terrifying scene.
But we are not stopping.
Most Dusties don't even
Right
make
here.
it this far.
This, I think, is very beginning. Like, this is maybe the first 10 minutes of the game.
Because whatever lies at the end of this road will change
Dinosaurs.
humanity
I mean, come on, dinosaurs.
forever.
And then, obviously, this is the artifact, in my opinion. This looks like the complete artifact, though, so maybe this is late game? It's hard to tell. But just imagine, right? Just imagine that you are sitting here, you gotta push a couple buttons, this thing opens, and boom, in the middle, Elder Scroll.
That gives
There
you
he
a
is
look
with
at the
his little
stories in
jacket.
Starfield. But ultimately, it's not our story. It's the story you create by who you are and the choices you make. And that starts with character creation. It's our most flexible yet. You can customize all the elements of how you look.
So, character creation to me, right, is the biggest thing for an RPG. You need to be able to create whoever you want. And they absolutely did it here. Just the range of choices just in this circle alone is going to make huge steps. You got your shapes of your heads, your skin tones. Looks like there's tons of them, which is really good. A lot of hair choices, different hair colors, you know, eyes. I'm assuming customize is saying you pick one of these, but then you click A and then you can start sliding it, but who knows?
You'll pick a back.
Skills. I mean, there's a lot of videos out there right now talking about all these skills, but the fact that you pick a background, have 3 starting skills that you can unlock, it doesn't seem like you're locked out of anything, right? And I'll talk about that in a minute, but it seems like these are just the skills that you start with that almost like, not really like standing stones, but just things that you would need to unlock regularly that you just get right at the start, which is really cool. especially like 10% more damage with a pistol. That's going to be early game. Med packs, that's huge. I mean, that's the whole game right there is med packs. And then carrying weight, we all know over encumbrance sucks. So I'm not going to go through all of them because again, there's a lot of videos that have done that already. But it's just really cool that you might need to do. And again, in a couple minutes we'll talk about these. But there's challenges that you need to do to even unlock the ability to unlock these. So just to get those right in the beginning is really cool, especially for like 2 auto attempts can be banked. So maybe if it's like an easy lock, you auto unlock it if you have a high enough skill, which you would automatically have with security.
Starting skills.
Things your normal ones.
Says here you spend some time as a
really cool that when you pick a skill in your background, he talks about how you're a diplomat. That's really cool.
diplomat. Having a way with words might.
Is there going to be extra, dialogue right here? Who knows? That's one thing we don't see in the entire video. There's no dialogue. So it's going to be interesting to see if they show that soon.
There are optional traits, and these come with unique advantages and disadvantages.
The traits, I really like those because everything has a good and then everything also has a bad. But pretty cool that you don't need to choose these, but they could help you, especially if, like here in a second, it's the starter home one, right? You get a free house on a little moon, right? But you get a $50,000 mortgage, which you can probably pay off relatively quickly. I mean, it looks like credits are really like hard to get because some stuff costs a lot of money in this game, but it's really cool. I mean, it's just, to me, that's like a grounding RPG right there. You start the game with a literal house that you have to pay a mortgage for. That's so cool.
But it's not just in how you can look, but in how your character plays and develops. The skill system
So right here.
combines.
So current rank is 0-4. Unlock scope. Weapons are steadier and have sway. Only a trained sniper truly understands all the elements necessary to patiently and effectively neutralize a target at excessive range, right? So this is grayed out. He does not have this one. So he has 1 skill point though. He can confirm it, right? So it looks like the first rank is auto unlockable. Like the first rank of everything seems like you can just unlock it with a skill point. And then
the best from our previous
once you have one unlocked, the first level, then to rank that up, right? You need to do a challenge, right? So reloading 150 empty mags, and you gain a chance to reload. Excuse me, twice as fast. So that is really cool RPG building. To be able to build your character completely, that's really exciting to see that. But again, you don't need that skill point if that's one of your main startings, like the pistol and stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Games, and you can
seems like we're going to be able
new
to build
skills
our character however we want, right? So here he is. He completed this challenge already. Now with this skill point, he can unlock the next rank,
as you level up, and then you.
Which another thing is, are these going to stack? Is this going to be 60% more damage, or is it only 30%?
You rank those skills up by using them and completing challenges. And there's deep crafting systems, from running research projects
crafting, or rather research. Seems like you research a project, and then you can. So it seems like you can research the projects, right? So we'll say weaponry. You research part of the weaponry, and then maybe you can then create that mod, is what it seems like. But there's a lot. I mean, there's 19 just in weaponry.
The resources you find.
So yeah, so like you research it, right? Barrel mods, progress is 0. These are the required materials. Some sealant, which that could have been that glowing thing that we saw earlier in the trailer on top of the desk. Maybe that was sealant that you pick up. But I really like this because I love mining resources. Like in Mass Effect, I would go to all the planets and just try to mine as much resources as I could so that I could come back in here and just get all the mods I wanted.
To crafting weapon mods needed to survive.
This gun just got an extra mag. I mean, it got a compensator on it. This looks really cool. I mean, this just looks really, really cool. Disease Siren. I really liked the fact that we're looking at dinosaurs in a Starfield game. Just a lot of stuff. I mean, just a lot of exciting
And
stuff.
you can build your own outpost.
You got cargo, crew, power, production. I'm assuming mining resources and stuff like that. This is your outpost. You can clear things. Obviously, you can go into build mode, go out of build mode. It looks just like Fallout as far as their buildings.
These act as a...
It looks really simple. Like, it looks like as you are putting things, they automatically like click in almost. You need to have the requirements though, right? So 172 iron, you need 6, you need 2, right? Can you carry 172 iron on you though? Iron's heavy. Can you carry that much? Or is that all in your spaceship? So is your spaceship close by? Does it need to be close by? Interesting to think about. Always there's going to be build limits, which is good because it would get kind of annoying to be able to build the entire map. Like, it would force me to do it because I would want to do it, right? So I like being locked out of certain things.
From home for survival and resource generation. You can choose where and how to build each.
Pretty much, it sounds like you can build wherever you want, you know, where and how, anywhere you want, just build it.
One. And
this is huge.
You can hire characters you meet to keep it up and running.
That's really cool. You know, you can hire characters. I mean, how awesome is that? You can hire characters that you meet in game, and then you can see them all the time if you just come back to your outpost. And it looks like we got a little companion robot here. Maybe he does stuff around here, maintenance or something.
But that's not all.
And this is the big one.
You can even build your own spaceships.
Building your own spaceship. I mean, that's every child's dream. Here is the table. Assuming this is going to be your galaxy map, where you basically stand over it, plot a destination, and go. Can you sit in these chairs? Can you have... Oh, he'll talk about it in a second. So, right here, it looks almost like a laboratory. This looks like it's your outpost, though. It doesn't really... Maybe it could be in your ship. I don't know. I mean, if this is your ship, this is a big room in that ship, so it's pretty interesting.
You can choose crew members.
Right here. Did you hire all of these crew members? Like, there's a ton of people here. And again, this is a very large ship. It looks a lot bigger than the one that we originally went in. That one looked like a solo ship. Can we have solo ships and then ships that we need crew to run it? Interesting. Very interesting ideas. But again, you can meet these characters on space stations, hire them, and then you can see them all the time in your ship. That's just awesome. I just hope that when we're flying through space, we have the ability to stand up and go interact with these people.
And yes, you can completely customize the look
this
and
is really
layout.
Cool. The entire layout of your ship can be changed, so
there's loads of different modules.
The customization is just going to be unreal. I mean, Habs is pretty much... Seems like that's where you like are able to walk through and almost live in, like habitats. Then you got your reactors and stuff. The amount of stuff that you can do is just mind-blowing for a Bethesda game. I mean, I keep saying that, but the furthest that we got was settlement building, which was good, right? It was definitely a leap, but this is a generational leap at its finest. Looks like you need a skill to really do a lot with your starship, which again, something locked behind a skill is not a problem for me. I think that's really cool. Now the cost, that is going to be, it's going to be interesting to see what exactly we, how much money we get for doing things in this game. All of your stats down here, I mean, the amount of stats is just mind-blowing. You know, it's mind-blowing. So much stuff. You can have a crew of 4, right? Your mobility, it looks like you can just make a really fast, strong ship. Like really fast, really good at weapons, screw the cargo, right? But then you're not really getting much off the planets, you know, resource-wise. So it's going to be really cool.
And more. I have to say,
I love that you can change the colors. I love it. You know, And if we get a different piece, are we going to have this staining right here from the thrusters? Or can we make it clean? You know, just clean yellow. No distress marks.
So cool. We just absolutely love this.
But regardless, this is incredible.
It's not just how the ship looks,
Tell
it's
us,
how it performs.
tell us, God. Tell us, God,
engines
Howard.
to shields to weapon systems, because yes, you can fly it.
Yes, you can. Yes, God.
Thrusters boosted.
This is a really impressive part. Being able to fly your ship. A lot of people weren't thinking you could, but it's Starfield. Of course you can, right? I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if this is your shield or what the, like, if this is your shield integrity, but you see it goes down quite a lot. So I'm not really sure what that is, but this looks like you can transfer power. Like, this looks like your D-pad almost. Looks like you can transfer power between the items that you want, right? So your missiles, your lasers, engine, shield, gravity. I'm not sure what this one is. Balance, maybe? I'm not sure. But it's really cool that you can change your energy so that your weapons do more damage, or you can go faster, or you have more shields, things like that. It's so smooth. The movement just looks so smooth. Again, so right here, right, we're already starting to shoot. It says thrusters down. Maybe it's telling you to slow down so that you can do a maneuver to get around them. But I'm wondering, if you have a big crew, right, will they start shooting automatically for you? Something to think about. I just love the particle effects here. It's the best in any game that I've seen as far as space games. They have levels too for the ship, which is cool. Just look at all the particle effects. Look at all the pieces falling off of this thing. And then you fly through it and it actually makes noise. It's so cool. The only thing that would be cooler is if when you blow it up, you see a body floating around. Very cool. Very cool. And it doesn't look like you fly so fast that it's unrealistic. Well, it doesn't look like you fly so fast that you can't get to planet without being bored. You know what I mean? But they definitely gamified it, which I like. Right here. We'll back it up for 1 second. Definitely want to talk about that. So undock, get up, board, right? So you can board this ship. You can, leave or get up. Is this the only time that you can stand up in your ship and meet your crew and stuff, is when you're docked? It's something to think about. I just all the pieces falling off. It's just incredible. But you notice no XP popped up from that.
We can't wait for all of you to experience the game. Thanks again for being with us today, and thanks for all the support you've given us over the decades, especially on this game. It's been an incredible journey for us making it, but we know that's really only the beginning, for it's when all of you play it that the real journey begins. And you may be wondering, just how big is this game? So we thought we'd take one last moment and show you. Let's take a look at one of our planets, Jemison.
Here we go.
You can land into
The
Atlantis.
moment everybody was waiting for. How big
You
is
can
it?
also
Right.
land and explore anywhere on the planet.
So right here, this land button, it's only saying New Atlantis because that one's chosen right now, right? But you can set a landing target anywhere, it seems like. So if he selects it right here, then it will say land. So it seems like it's an auto land, which is, again, I'm okay with not having seamless landing. Because for me, I'm like a dog looking for a bone, right? If I can land on a planet seamlessly and then fly around that planet, that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to see something shiny and I'm going to go, I'm going to go to it and I'm not going to pay attention. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to land, and I want to be able to walk to New Atlantis if I want to. Pretty ridiculous, and I'm sure that resource management is going to come into play, and maybe you run out of O2 and stuff like that. So it's like a soft lock on how far you can go almost, but like it makes sense lore wise. Like you can't just walk to New Atlantis and have enough oxygen to do that, right? You need to go back to your ship and refuel your oxygen tanks and stuff like that. So that I'm okay with. But I like that. You could literally go anywhere.
And it's not just this planet. It's all the planets in the system.
Right. I thought that's where it was going to stop, right? All the planets in the system. Oh my God, I get to see all of these, right? All of the moons, all of the stuff. It looks like we have already. So these I don't understand. These little ships right here. Are these our starships? Are these? I'm not really sure what these are. But you see points of interest, which I like. Up here on the basically mini galaxy map, shows you planet, moon, moon, planet with a bunch of moons, and then the star in the back, which is really cool.
From barren but resource heavy.
Barren meaning there's going to be a lot of these, which is okay, but they have from like resource heavy. Really cool that the water's heavy metal. It's gonna be cool to see that. No fauna, no flora, so it's going to be an empty planet, which is fine. Frozen temperatures, so temperature's going to be a big deal. Are we going to get extreme areas? Who knows? You know, maybe we have to scan this first and see exactly what they got.
Heavy ice balls to Goldilocks planets.
This one's got a structure on it, so did he scan it already to show the structure? I'm not really sure. But again, moderate, so there's definitely flora and fauna here. Biological water, which is good. 2 atmospheres, so it's a little dense in there, but traits unknown, so maybe he didn't scan this yet. But again, landing target, just land there wherever you want, pretty much.
With life. And not just this system.
When he said this, I got the chills. I said, wait, there's more than one system?
But over 100 systems.
100 systems. That is mind-blowing.
Over.
And you see right here, here we are, Sol. So can we go to Earth? You know, not confirmed, but can we? That'll be cool. But it tells you exactly how many planets, moons, how many outposts you have there, things like that. But it seems like you can go to every single one of these stars systems, every single one of them, which is pretty much incredible. It looks like the ones that are named probably have something to do with the missions in the game, right? Either side missions or real missions, and the ones that are not named are unknown, so you have to go there and it becomes named maybe.
1,000 planets, all open for you to explore. We can't wait to see what you find.
We can't wait either, Todd. This is just going to be a phenomenal game, guys. It's going to be mind-blowing. I mean, the vistas here are just incredible. Little baby dinosaurs, huge dinosaurs. Again, beautiful ship, but huge dinosaurs that are literally the size of your ship. Flying animals, trees, a lunar rover. You got barren planets, of course. Looks like ice planets, Skyrim planets. You know, Mars, maybe. Is this a horse? That's a good question. Is this right here? Is this a horse? Because that would be really cool if you could ride it. But again, another huge open world planet that, from the looks of it, you can go wherever you want. I mean, it doesn't look like you're locked behind any sort of gate, but we'll see, because over here it doesn't look like there's much going on. But again, that's a level of detail thing. It's got to load in, obviously, as you walk over there. But it's just awe-inspiring that they were able to pull this off. So far, we'll see what happens out. But there is a huge difference in all. And we'll see what happens with weather and stuff like that. But he just jumped to another system, I'm assuming. Whether we choose the jump, like based on fuel and stuff, we'll have to wait and see. But you know, the most important piece of information here is coming up right now. with the release date coming 2023. Doesn't say early, doesn't say late, doesn't say a date. I think that we'll get that relatively soon. In the coming months, I think we're going to get a release date. I think that on Tuesday, I'm recording this on Monday, but I think tomorrow, on Tuesday at the extended reveal, we might get some more Starfield. I mean, who knows? We might get another gameplay trailer. Anything can happen. I really don't know, but I think we're going to see Starfield there in some capacity, and I can't wait. This game for me, initial impressions, it's going to be a 9 out of 10 for me right now, only because of that gunplay. I mean, they need to add a little gore, and they need to make the feedback from when you hit an enemy just a little bit better. You know, other than that, I just cannot wait for this game. I really can't. It's going to be phenomenal. Again, Hitman is my name. I do mostly Tarkov videos and stuff, but I'm getting more into the RPGs because I absolutely love Bethesda games, so I need to start streaming those. I'm going to start putting videos up of things like that. But as soon as Starfield comes out, we are going to do a Let's Play. For sure. I mean, beginning to end, hundreds of hours. We are going to do a Let's Play. I cannot wait for it. But I just want to do a little gameplay breakdown of, in my opinions and what I think about it. But again, it's one of my early videos, so definitely bear with me while I learn how to edit and stuff like that. But appreciate the time that you guys gave me by watching. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know what you think of Starfield and what you thought of the review. And you guys have a good day. Thank you.